Finally, I've been dying to see what you can do. Let's go. Just try to break through my armor. I'm gonna break your bones and make you cry for your mama.
Normally, I wouldn't remember much about a game like Spider-Man. Nothing against that game in particular. It's just that I wouldn't remember much about any movie game from that long ago. Except GoldenEye. I'll always remember GoldenEye. Freaking odd job. Anyway, but normally, yeah, a game like that wouldn't stick with me. And yet Spider-Man is surprisingly fresh in my mind. In fact, we just reviewed the GameCube version like 2 months ago, thanks to Kevin from Jersey City, New Jersey. And now Kevin strikes again, only this time he sent us Spider-Man 2, the only video game in history with Kirsten Dunst billboards. Which is fine, because, I mean, Crazy Beautiful was a long time ago, but I still would.
The girl next door. The girl I love. But love is a tricky thing when you live part of your life behind a mask. Fate handed me amazing powers, and I made a promise to use those powers to help people. With great power comes great responsibility.
Anyway, memories of rainy scenes and thin pink tops aside, Spider-Man was actually better than I remembered it being. Sure, it was far from perfect, but at least when you were outside, swinging through the city, that was actually kind of fun. And it seems the team at Treyarch realized it, because Spider-Man 2 goes all in on swinging through the city.
Spidey! You the man!
Okay, the doctors will take it from here.
Thanks, we'd better get this patient to the OR. Stat!
So Spider-Man 2 takes the same basic gameplay of the first game, and it makes a few changes. First, it makes the city bigger. Like, way bigger. Like, for 2004, it was actually kind of ridiculous how big it was. And with that bigger city came a change in the game's structure. Now you can sort of pick and choose where to go and what to do, which is brilliant. I mean, people loved swinging around in Spider-Man, so give them more room to do it and give them the freedom to go wherever they want. So, I mean, Spider-Man 2 really had a smart approach in terms of its design. And actually, more than just smart, it was also impressive. Spider-Man 2 was kind of a technical feat back then. 10 years ago, to have a game world this massive and seamless, with no loading times or anything, that was a big deal. It was also a big part of Spider-Man 2's appeal. But the thing about a game going for technical appeal is that technical appeal is inherently short-lived. And to be honest, playing this game now, let's just say we've come a long way since 2004, and Spider-Man 2, which once was so impressive, now feels kind of dated.
You got nice moves for a dork in tights.
And of course, part of that is the graphics. I mean, the city may be huge, but it doesn't look very good. There's a lot of texture pop in, simple shapes, things like that. So the size came at a cost, for sure. But more importantly, and what really holds Spider-Man 2 back in retrospect, is the gameplay. I mean, it may be an open world, but your progression is still linear. You have to complete certain objectives to progress the story. And actually, it's less of a problem that the missions are still kind of linear than it is that the missions still suck. You see, once you've had your fill of swinging around and you want to actually play the game, you realize that the core gameplay isn't all that great. Combat's still button mashy and simple to the point of feeling pointless, and the missions start to repeat themselves almost immediately. There are only about 6 types of missions, but you do them about 600 times. And for the same people, character models repeat themselves too, which only makes things feel even more repetitive. It's like deja vu.
Spidey, you have to help me. Oh no, they're here. Ah!
Now we've got you.
Oh no.
It's always
Please don't throw me in the fire, Pat.
Fortunately, you can upgrade Spidey's abilities, which is nice, and the otherwise repetitive combat is livened up a bit by a decent counter system. And to the game's credit, I mean, it is absolutely massive. There's no multiplayer or anything, but it's such a big game, you'll have more than enough to do on your own. But again, the only issue is, that stuff you do, it's basically the same stuff, over and over. And the presentation's sort of a mixed bag too. I mean, it's a technically stunning game for its time, in some respects, but it's also artistically hollow. Kind of like the gameplay, actually. Hollow. And I mean, the voice acting's just... holy crap. Like, Bruce Campbell's fine, but everyone else sucks. The music isn't much better.
I don't pay you for your opinion, Parker. I pay you for photos.
Well,
Let me guess. You don't have any pictures, do you? You're fired. Come back when you get me shots of that red and blue wacko.
You know, Spider-Man 2's hook was its size and the freedom of exploring the city. But on the other hand, the gameplay was spread so thin, it was like having a 30-foot slice of bread and only a spoonful of peanut butter. It may be impressive, but that doesn't mean you're going to eat much of it. There's a lot to like about Spider-Man 2, and a lot of stuff to do, but unless someone from New Jersey sends it to you, you won't remember any of it.
Sorry to leave you hanging, Rhino, but I don't want to be accused of poaching. I think the police should be able to handle you at this point. Have fun.
You're pretty tough for such a scrawny little guy.